All right, what is going on, folks? Wrestling Otaku back here on the one and only Wrestling Otaku channel, your personification of excellence in YouTube and the YWC. And I'm back here. It is officially Sunday, December 15th, 2024. So I figured I'd get a quick video in because I do actually have to go to work today. Unfortunately, I won't be able to watch any of these NFL games. Not that I really want to. I was more so going to do scoreboard watching. I might have tuned into like whatever game was on locally. But I want to talk about this briefly. And apologies if my voice sounds a little raspy. It's because, once again, I am recovering from a cold. Had a sore throat, and I was coughing up, a lot. Coughing up, had a, pretty bad cough for a while, coughing up mucus and all kinds of stuff. And I literally lost my voice for a time. That's why I haven't done a video in like the last day or so, because my voice has just been fucked up. I can't do a video, my voice is fucked up. But it's a little better now, so I'm gonna try to get through this video. This is gonna be a quick video, nothing real long, because I do have to head in a little bit. But so the Ravens play today, coming off their bye week. They play on the road against the New York Giants, the 3-10. I believe they're 3-10 or 3, whatever the record is. The point is they're a losing team. And this is the start, the first game of the Ravens' Final Four. And so going forward to the final 4 weeks of the season, the Ravens need to fucking take care of business. They cannot afford any setbacks. They cannot afford any disappointments like we've seen throughout the season. Right now they're 8-5. They're 2 games behind the Steelers for the AFC North division lead. And so this team really needs to get it together here. They cannot afford another loss. They cannot afford to slip up and lose to a fucking team that they got no business losing to. They've already done that twice this year. They lost to the Raiders week 2, and then they lost to the Browns, I think it was like week 8 or 9, I can't remember. But they've already lost multiple games to teams with losing records. They cannot afford another fucking setback here. If the Ravens end up choking and losing this game today against the Giants, they can forget any chance that they possibly would have had on winning the AFC North or making a run in the playoffs, because it's not going to fucking happen. It's not going to happen. So they better take care of business here today. And I swear, if I find out later that this team choked the game to the Giants, I don't care if it's on the road. If this team choked away a game to the hapless New York Giants, I swear I'm going to be fucking pissed. Like, I honestly am. And it's going to further prove my point that this team is not a playoff caliber team. But looking ahead a little bit, which the Ravens cannot afford to look past this team. They cannot afford to look past the Giants, because you got the Steelers next week, the rematch. You lost the first game in fucking Pittsburgh, 18-16. Then they got the second game, it's going to be in Baltimore next week. So this right now, this is a cliche, a textbook trap game. If you don't know what a trap game is, basically it's a game that a team goes into, a winning team for the most part goes into against a much lesser opponent, a losing opponent, and then they got another team that, another game that, is going to be a big deal because it's against a competitive opponent, and then you got this weaker team, and basically the team will look past the weaker team and look ahead to the following week, and they'll end up choking and they'll end up losing. That's what a trap game is. This is a textbook trap game. So the Ravens better fucking get it done. They better not look past this team. And they better take care of fucking business. And then looking ahead a little bit, the Ravens, like I said, have 4 games left. They got the Giants today on the road. Then they play the Steelers at home. Then they play at the Texans on Christmas Day. And then finally against the Browns in week 18. So 4 games left. And as I mentioned before, they're 2 games behind the Pittsburgh Steelers. But there's still a very real chance that this team can potentially come out of this 4-game stretch with the AFC North. But they need, some things to happen. Okay, they need to essentially win out and hope that the Steelers lose at least 3 of the last 4 games, which is very possible because the Steelers' next couple of opponents, they got the Eagles today. I believe they play the Eagles today on the road, and that's not going to be an easy game. And I believe the Steelers' record against the Eagles is not good playing on the road, so they could lose that game. Then, of course, they got the Ravens next week in Baltimore, which the Ravens need to take care of fucking business in that game. I'm sick and tired of fucking Steelers fans talking, the Steelers won 8 of the last 9, 7 of the last 8 against the Ravens. Shut the fuck up already with that shit, man. Tired of hearing that shit. Ravens better fucking take care of business next week. So they got the Eagles, a game they can lose. They got the Ravens next week, a game they should lose. And then following that, they got the Chiefs on Christmas Day, a game that obviously they're going to lose because the Chiefs are the number 1 seed in the AFC. So they play 3 winning opponents two division leaders, and then the division rival Ravens. So there's a possibility they could lose all 3 of those games. A very real possibility. And if that happens, and the Ravens, like I said, win out, they win their next 3, the Ravens would overtake the Steelers with a game ahead in the AFC North going into the final week. The Ravens, as I mentioned, play at home versus the Browns. The Steelers play at home versus the Bengals. So if the Ravens win out and that scenario plays out where the Steelers lose the next 3 going into the final week, if the Ravens win that final game, they win the AFC North. Because let's be honest with ourselves, the Ravens are not a good enough team to go on the road and win a bunch of playoff games. They're not. They're not the team to make a run, as a wild card. It's just not going to happen. The only chance this team has to make a significant playoff push is to win the division. That's the only way. If they go into this as a wild card, they're likely going to be they'll probably win their first game in the wild card round, and then they'll choke in the second week, which they always do. So the Ravens absolutely have to take care of business in this game. They absolutely have to take care of business the next 4 weeks and hope that the Steelers lose the next couple of games, which is a very real possibility. So we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. But I'm telling you, man, this team is on very thin ice when it comes to me. They're on very thin ice already. It's like they really need to fucking do something to turn this shit around. They really need to. And then when the offseason comes, should things fail, they got a lot of stuff they need to address. And I hope they actually address it and not just say they're going to address it and then go into the season act like everything is fine, everything is fine and dandy, which is not. So we'll see what happens. Only time will tell. But anyway, that's pretty much all I got to say for this. This wasn't going to be a long video. I just wanted to get all that out. So I'm going to head in here. I took some medicine before I came out, so hopefully it takes effect within, the next couple hours or whatever. So I'm going to wrap it up here. Hope you guys enjoy this week's NFL slot of NFL games. I'm going to try to do some score watching while I'm on the job. And so we'll see what happens. Like I said, time will tell. But anyway, that's all I got to say for this video. So thank you for watching. Be sure to leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Appreciate all the support you can get. With that being said, it's pretty much going to do it, man. So thanks for watching once more. Until next time, Wrestling Otaku, I'm out for now, guys. See you all later. Peace.